Hello everyone from Boulder, Colorado. I am chilly here in Colorado. It's snowing today, very wet snow, and I wanted to share some things that are helping me through this time. First thing I want to share is this is a really great time to either work on a project or work on something that you've been putting aside. Probably a lot of us have been talking about that and been hearing that and know that intuitively. And I also want to bring that in the aspect of your health. Is there something in your health that you've been putting aside? Is there some part of yourself that you have been ignoring? And this is a good time to take a look at it. Sit with it. There's a lot of time to be quiet and just see and observe what's going on in your body, and also to see if there's some patterns that you want to shift. I'll give you an example. I have a thing with chocolate. I love it so much that sometimes I overdo it, like on the regular. Actually, I overdo it. So while, this has been a time for me to experiment with taking like full weeks off of chocolate and then having smaller amounts. I have a tendency to eat a large amount of chocolate, and it can make me feel actually a little nervous because I don't do caffeine usually, and it just becomes too much, and I can tell that there's an imbalance in my body. So that's something I've been working on. And I've been working on the languaging that I use with myself. Instead of making it a big pressure, like I have to stop eating so much chocolate, I say instead, I'm gonna play with this. I'm gonna experiment with ways to be as healthy as I can be right now. That would be so smart for me to do. Everything going on in the world, just to up my game a little. What thing would help that? Oh, chocolate. So let's see, I'm gonna play with ways to do that. So the languaging, instead of pressuring myself like you should, instead I say, I'm gonna play with this, I'm gonna experiment. So play with that with yourself and see if there's a little place in your life or a big place in your life that you'd like to experiment with making some changes. Another thing that has been a big tool for me is the food I'm eating. I'm spending more time cooking, which has been a gift. I have not been doing this for a long time because I usually am so busy and so full that I don't have time to put as much energy towards preparing food. So I've been doing that more. And I'm actually classically prepared as a raw chef, which is fun. I have some fun things that I can do that I remember. And so I've been doing that lately. But I also really love nourishing soups. It's like my thing. I love it so much because when I eat it and I have soups regular, I keep them in mason jars in my fridge and keep them for a couple days. It makes me feel so good. It's such a great piece of addition in my nutrition that is so good because it's so rich with nutrients and vitamins. When you have a brothy soup that you have infused in things like ginger and burdock and vegetables and whatever you may like or butternut squash, or if you like coconut, and I just love soups right now. So I'm a big encourager of making different soups. Of course, it's a soupy kind of day here, and we might be starting to think about more light soups since spring is upon us. It's a little later here. And the other thing I want to talk about are some supplements that can help us through right now. One of the biggest things for me is when big things like this come up in our world and we're facing some challenge or something we've never faced before, I can get anxious, really deeply anxious. There's a big wave of emotion happening for probably just about everyone now, if not everyone. And I even found myself on the bathroom floor the other night just sobbing and just so upset about, some things that had come up during this time. Now, one of the things that can really help for those big dips in the waves is Rescue Remedy. Here's Rescue Sleep. This is something that I use during the day too, because Rescue Sleep has a specific remedy in it that helps with a worried mind. And that can help with sleep, but it can also help if you're feeling worried, if you're someone who thinks a lot and has some repetitive worried thoughts. This is amazing. So I've been keeping this close at hand. For real. They have different sizes. I have a small one that I take with me, and then I have this one at home if I need to go out. So some other things that I like to talk about are just some basics for the immune system. The biggest basic for me is vitamin C. I take this powdered vitamin C, and I take quite a bit of it, a big, huge scoop every day, and sometimes twice a day. Now you want to watch how much you take because there's something called bowel tolerance. If you take too much, you will have looser stools, and your body will show you that's a little too much. So you can take a step back. So you want to build your way up with vitamin C. I've been doing this for a while, for some years, and it just is such a good constant immune work for your body. It's constantly working your immune system to keep it strong. So I'm a huge fan. It's also great for your skin. Another thing that I've been doing are medicinal mushrooms. This is one of the mushrooms I've been doing, and I really like dragon herbs. It's chaga. Chaga is wonderful. Medicinal mushrooms, they can help modulate your immune system and really help as a defense right now. Chaga is really great. Reishi is really great. All these mushrooms, I take a blend as well as just the chaga. So I alternate. But I encourage you to look into that. There might be one that's more specific for you than another. These are some of the things I like to keep in my tool belt, really looking at the shadows and the cobwebs of the things that I haven't been looking at in my life is the first thing I talked about. Also making really nourishing foods that work for you. For me, it's soups. And eating, and also doing supplements and things and having them on hand that really work for you. Something for anxiety and also things for your immune system. So these are some things that I have learned through the years and that have helped me year after year. So thank you for listening, and be well. I'm sending so much love to you. To learn more about how you too can heal your psoriasis naturally, fill out our health and wellness survey. Then schedule your free 20-minute consultation with me. For more information and to access our survey, click the link below this video or log on to skinsolutions.com.